It was one of those singular reasons why the DMK swept to power back in 2006. But now, Headlines Today has uncovered serious lacunae in the scheme. Rice that is meant for the poor is stolen in trains. And here's the most shocking part. This rice is then exported to countries like New Zealand for a 1,000% profit. This is a Headlines Today special investigation.
Stacks upon stacks of piled sacks under the seats of a passenger train. Rice meant for the Aam Aadmi, looted and smuggled at 1,000% profit. This is the great Indian rice robbery captured on Headlines Today's cameras. Rice meant for the needy in Tamil Nadu, making its way to neighbouring states and from there to Malaysia, Singapore, New Zealand and Indonesia. We tell you how the rice mafia operates and makes as much as 1,000% profit. Under DMK's pet public distribution scheme in Tamil Nadu, 20 kgs of rice is sold to each ration card holder at 1 rupee per kg. The ration is acquired from government stores like this one for a measly sum of 1 rupee per kg. 20-odd women carry this rice in small gunny bags to the station. These women then board the last suburban train leaving Chennai from a small village called Attipattu Podunagar. As the train leaves the station, the women start spreading the rice on the floor of the train. This to fool the authorities so that if the officials do board the train, all that they find are small heaps of rice instead of bulky gunny bags. As the train crosses the last station, these wily women refill the bags. The sacks are finally offloaded at Tada in Andhra Pradesh and are eventually sold off at exorbitant prices. Headlines Today's investigation reveals that the smuggled rice is sold for anywhere between 18 to 28 rupee in Andhra Pradesh, Kerala and Karnataka. This rice is even smuggled abroad, where it is sold at anything between 120 to 150 rupee per kg. So how could this scam have gone unnoticed for so long? Would it be possible to pull it off without insider help? Who is responsible for the stealing of food meant for poor?
This brazen act has been going on for months together right under the nose of railway police and government officials. Now that Headlines Today has exposed it, the onus is on the government to put an end to this blatant act of interstate smuggling. In Tada with camera person Daniel Kanagraj, this is Ajith for Headlines Today.
Well, the Headlines Today special investigation into the great rice robbery has come as a major embarrassment for the Tamil Nadu government. In fact, the Food and Civil Supplies Minister refused to answer Headlines Today's queries. In fact, he ran away from our cameras. But the opposition, the AIDMK and the BJP are ratcheting up the pressure on the Karunanidhi government.
Headlines Today's rice smuggling expose has got Tamil Nadu's DMK government ducking for cover. Shocking video footage of the great rice robbery being carried out through public transport systems has blown the lid off the DMK's pet project.
It is an official ruling party sponsored program, and the people of Tamil Nadu know it, and they will give a befitting reply for this. Definitely raise this issue in the next week in the parliament.
The Tamil Nadu Food and Civil Supplies Minister is obviously finding it difficult to face the cameras or answer tough questions.
Sir, excuse me, sir, just 1 second, sir. Sir.
When they identify the smuggled rice, even in the ship, even in the train, even in the transport system, how it could happen without the support of the officials? How it could happen without the support of the government?
The silence of the government and the authorities only gives out the real story.
Railway police officials have refused to comment on the development. This prompts us to ask, is it because a concrete explanation to defend their inaction is becoming too hard to offer?
Ajith, I must congratulate you, the cameraman and Headlines Today, for bringing this out. For telling the people that, what is happening in the first instance. The railway police also doesn't, it's not as if they don't know. They do know that rice is being smuggled. So I think, it reveals something very, very dirty in our socio-polity today.
Headlines Today's cameras exposed what lies behind the success story of universal PDS in Tamil Nadu. An ambitious scheme for Tamil Nadu's needy that is actually filling the pockets of the rich.
Actually, the Anandapuri Express is known as Arisi Kadathal Express, that is rice smuggling express. So continuously from Tamil Nadu, the 1 rupee rice is smuggled to the peripheral states, the adjacent states. I am afraid whether this scheme is for the public or the party workers.
Whether it is the case of 3G or great rice smuggling, Congress lacks the political stamina to call spade a spade when it comes to DMK. But often silence is louder than words, and once again it proves that Congress shies away whenever it has to confront DMK on the issue of corruption. With Ajith from Chennai, Kartikeya Sharma from Delhi for Headlines Today.
Well, it's not the first time, though, that the Chief Minister's flagship scheme has been so grossly misused. In fact, time and again in the past, the Tamil Nadu police have nabbed consignments of rice being smuggled out of the state, but so far they've only managed to apprehend small fish. Folks like truck drivers and go-down managers. The real big fish, though, are still out at large.
It was Chief Minister Karunanidhi's gift to Tamil Nadu's poor. Under a scheme launched by Karunanidhi in September 2008, each family holding a ration card could avail 20 kilos of rice for the subsidized rate of 1 rupee per kilo every month. A populist move that aimed to benefit 1.86 crore families in the state. But the CM's gift is being ruthlessly plundered. Several tons of this subsidized rice makes its way out of Tamil Nadu, not just to the neighboring states, but even to other countries. In September 2008, DOC's intelligence unit of Chennai Customs seized over 1,500 bags of rice. The rice, meant to feed the poor, was being smuggled to Singapore in the guise of sugar exports. Early this January, customs officials at the Tuticorin port seized over 2,000 tons of public distribution system rice, valued at 3.89 crore rupees. The consignment was for the Maldives. Later that month, 9 tons of rice meant for the needy was seized before it could be smuggled to neighboring Kerala. Again, on the 21st of July, 26 gunny bags carrying nearly 1.5 tons of smuggled ration rice was seized from an unreserved compartment of a train running between Kanyakumari and Bangalore. The spiraling food prices may have forced the government to ban the export of non-basmati rice to foreign countries. But the rice meant for the poor and needy of India is making its way to Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia and as far as New Zealand. Authorities admit there could be an insider angle to the racket.
I think these things do not happen in isolation. These sort of things happen with some help from some source. That we can't deny that.
The police have so far only managed to nab truck drivers and go-down owners. But the big fish, the brains behind this shameless scam, are still at large.
Even as the authorities maintain that they're doing everything in their bid to clamp down smuggling, the smugglers continue to adopt different modus operandi to hoodwink the state government and reap rich rewards. In the end, the people who pay the price are the taxpayers and the poor at whom this scheme is intended at. In Chennai, with camera person Daniel Kanagraj, this is Ajith for Headlines Today.